One of the common mistakes we've seen in machine vision solutions is the wrong choice of PCs for your computing needs. Hi, my name is Raghava Kashyapa. I'm the CEO of Qualitas Technologies, and in this video, I'm going to break down 3 common mistakes people do when choosing their PCs for their machine vision solutions. Now, why is a PC important in your vision solution? So as I've covered in a few previous videos, once an image is acquired from your camera, it has to be processed to come up with a judgment or a decision. And that's where computational requirements are important. So there are 2 ways to do this. One is on the camera itself, and that's an embedded solution or a smart camera solution. The other way is it's actually done by an external PC, which processes those images acquired by the camera to come up with a decision. So when you perform these computations on a PC, it's sometimes very tempting to use a desktop PC which you would use in your normal course of business. And that's mistake number 1. Now let's take a look at why. There are 3 reasons why you would want to consider an industrial PC specialized for industrial and machine vision use. Number 1, reliability. So desktop PCs or business PCs aren't really conducive for the use in industrial environments. So a lot of times there are dusty environments, it's used 24/7, it sometimes has a lot of variation in ambient temperature, which makes it less reliable in terms of how they would perform over a long period of time. Number 2, the choice of I/O connectivity. Now, in a lot of machine vision solutions, you might use multiple cameras. Up to 16 cameras is what I've seen solutions being developed. Now, to connect those, if you're going to use an industrial PC, you're going to be limited by the number of connectivity ports that you can interface with these cameras. On the other hand, specialized industrial PCs give you the option of having multiple Ethernet ports, which with its dedicated bandwidth and bus interface on the motherboard, so making your solutions robust and ensuring that your network bandwidth is not going to be the bottleneck in your vision solution. Similarly, you could also have external connected devices like PLCs, or which are connected with industrial standard protocols like serial ports, or using RS-232 or RS-485, which are typically not present in desktop and business PCs. So that's where industrial PCs really come into the picture. So it's important to choose the right PC along with the right configuration to make sure that it suits your vision application. And number 3, and last but not the least, is the thermal management within those PCs. So what do I mean by that? So it's actually a little known fact that as the temperature rises within the PC of the silicon, which is the computational silicon, which is the CPU, the performance degrades. So if you're not managing the heat within those PCs, you're actually going to see a degradation in performance. So what does that mean? So you may buy a very high-end CPU like a i7 processor, but if there's a lot of heat due to the computation and ambient conditions, your performance would actually drop down to, let's say, an equivalent i5 processor. So you're really paying for something that you're not getting the value for. But industrial PCs, on the other hand, are designed with thermal management and with these robust heat sinks, etc., in mind, so that you can actually control the heat dissipation and ensure that you're getting the maximum performance for what you've actually designed the system for. So I have a couple of industrial PCs here in front of me. There's an Atom-based PC, it kind of fits in the palm of my hand, which is probably the lower end of the compute spectrum. And then we have something which is a little bit more powerful with a full-fledged GPU, which is perfectly suited for deep learning and AI inferencing solutions. So as you can see, it's a fanless environment, as well as without any kind of vents or openings which you typically see in a desktop PC, and it's got these rugged fins, which is actually a heat sink for heat dissipation. And as I mentioned, before the number of ports. So each of these are very configurable. So you can actually swap out this card, have multiple Ethernet ports, or use industrial ports like RS-232s or serial ports, which you could connect PLCs or other peripheral devices to. The same with this PCs. Let's take a closer look. And here's your COM ports. So you have 3 COM ports in addition to an additional slot for your actual digital IOs in case you have that requirement as well. So it's pretty flexible in terms of what you can configure in terms of IOs. The Atom-based PC also has multiple Ethernet ports, and not just on this side, but it has COM ports, serial ports on the other side, as well as and this comes with actual digital I/O port as well, which you can connect to a breakout module and connect your actual peripherals. So as you can see, these are also pretty robust with metallic enclosure and heat sinks to dissipate the heat. So here I have an industrial grade PC with a GPU. So this is actually used for AI and deep learning inferencing. As you can see, these have multiple serial ports, and it comes with a GPU card embedded as a separate peripheral. On the other side, you can see the camera ports, which it has 4 Ethernet ports which could be used for connecting cameras, as well as USB 3 ports as well, if in case your camera connectivity is USB based. And you have additional Ethernet ports as well for PLC or just connecting it to your internal server or network. Then all this is configurable, and like the heat sinks are again very robust and does a pretty good job at heat dissipation. So the next time you're looking at a machine vision system, pay attention to your PCs and pay attention to how you want to configure the PCs. You have a wide range of industrial compute that's available, right from atom-based processors all the way to the latest GPU-based systems which are used for AI inferencing and even training. So it's important to choose where in that spectrum your vision application needs lie, and accordingly design your computational needs to match those requirements. Thank you. Hope this video was useful.